Listen, my children, ye shan't forget of the nighttime ride of Jack Jouett. In 1781, the month of June, he made his run, a riveting tale and a thrilling vignette. In Revolution's time he fled across the old Dominion to warn of approaching soldiers in red who rushed to snatch our Jefferson. But the governor was saved by Jack's alarms, and the British left with empty arms. But you say there's a story you already knew? That some guy named Paul Revere did it too? That he rode through the night and a poem was writ to tell all the world of his glory and grit? But Jack Jouett you've never learned, though his grit and his glory were hard as well earned? Rejoice then, dear reader, to be now satisfied that America's epic has no greater pride than Jack Jouett and his nighttime ride. In year number 6 of our famed revolution, Thomas Jefferson, carefree, ensconced in his mansion, was passing the time with some chess or Sudoku, while the British converged on a tavern called Cuckoo. There they plotted their next 40 miles of expansion. At morning's light, 'twas the plan to awaken the governor, quite surprised to be taken, but first a rest and a toast to friends before the long ride to a stealth mission's end. And thus would the story have surely concluded had the night's coterie at the tavern excluded a hulking big reveling barfly named Jack, who'd drunk himself tired and stumbled out back, so that when hostile Britons swept in before dawn, Jouett escaped notice face down on the lawn, and as respiting Tories lifted glass, lifted card, a groggy Jouett lifted self from the yard. And if menacing eyes made a search in the light, none could make out daring Jack in the night, where he mounted his steed and in flurry took flight. At a clip, at a sprint, at a gallop, he flew over unbeaten paths where the Brits never knew, and he outran their muskets, their drum, and their fife to admonish the governor, "Flee for your life." Now Jefferson, warned of the pressing emergency, he packed up his books with a moderate urgency, proceeding at leisure to remove from the strife and to narrow escape the British convergency. A journey as worthy of fame, farther, wider, and praise on the equal of Boston's great rider, for 30 miles longer was Jouett's travail than the 12 or so miles of Paul Revere's trail, and who could deny to be worthy to brag that our Jack Jouett did it half in the bag? I speak you the truth, for to fib I am loath. Of these facts I attest and compare under oath, though in fairness Virginians doth often expound that when history names an event of renown, that they've done it first, done it better, or both. Tell of Mayflower landing at yon Plymouth Rock, and Virginians will gasp in incredulous shock that you're so misinformed, and the source of their ire is that landing at Jamestown was dozen years prior. Thanksgiving by pilgrims is no speculation, though it post-dates the thanks gived at Berkeley plantation, and religious freedom in Virginia minted before the First Amendment printed. Neglect to remember these deeds, woe betide, and another example is surely implied, the thrilling adventure of Jack Jouett's ride. The title hero, his sobriquet, a nation, a founder, are lain in his debt. Could you ever doubt or now regret remembering the name of Jack Jouett?